Hey, folks. There's a lot of stuff out there right now, so I figured I should probably address some stuff on the political violence aspect that's out there as well. Um, Sat here staring at the live button for a good 20 minutes trying to figure out how I'm going to address the topic and what to say, so you'll have to bear with me a little. Some of what I've seen today and since yesterday has been folks saying that what happened to Charlie Kirk yesterday is going to change everything, or that it's a pivot point for our country, and some other things to that effect. Uh, and I think it's important that we recognize the only way something is going to change is if we take some time to step back and look at what the country's become. Because what happened yesterday is by no means unprecedented. Uh, just looking at this year, in June, there was the Speaker of the House and her husband in Minnesota assassinated as well. There was a senator and his spouse also in Minnesota that were nearly assassinated. They were shot multiple times and lived. 2 months before that, which where was it? Was Pennsylvania's governor's mansion was set on fire, and the arsonist admitted he planned to kill the governor with a hammer if he caught him coming outside. Now, there's been a string of other shootings over the course of a couple of years. This year in particular seems bad, but what happened yesterday, tragic as it is not abnormal at this point. It is almost a norm for 2025. We had multiple, and I don't want this to be debated in the comments, but there were two assassination attempts on Trump. Uh, there's a handful of other folks in here. What was it? Back to 2017. Rep. Scalise was shot at a bunch. I think Giffords has spoke on this. She's the representative that was shot in the head in 2011 and survived. And just from my own time that I've been, when I was on council from 2016 to 24 before I became commissioner and started this year. First time I ran in 2016. I was married at the time, and my ex-wife was a reporter, and the language at that time was very demonizing for reporters. So uh, she got a death threat at one point. And the next night during the campaign, someone tried to kick in the back door of my house. Uh, had to address that with my firearm. They ran, but and then during this campaigning cycle, most recently, there were multiple instances where individuals had to be removed from council chambers because they couldn't manage their behaviors. And at one point, a more moderate individual came to me to let me know the folks that he was associated with that did oppose my candidacy were discussing locking the doors or barring the doors on the council chambers and not letting anyone out. That was last year. So the scale has continued to go, even at the local level. I mean, there have been threats and such. It weighs heavier on some folks than it does me, but we're going to have to stop and look at what we've become, because this isn't something that we can say popped up all of a sudden because of the murder yesterday. This is an ongoing problem that's been escalating. This isn't new. Uh, and we have to look at how we're engaging in our discourse, because if you treat people, if you go far enough down your dialogue thread that you're calling people your neighbors terrorists, or everyone you don't like's a Nazi, or everyone you don't like's a commie, people are calling each other libtards and T-rumps, all of that helps nothing. It just keeps us going down this spiral of escalating dialogue. And there are people that are higher up in the government that perpetuate this. Again, both sides. This has been self-escalating problem. We've just got to take some time, look at the situation we put ourselves in, and then try and figure out how we talk to each other and back ourselves back out the level of contention and violence things have reached. Um, that's about all I can say on this one. It's a tragedy this is happening so much. It shouldn't be happening at all. Uh, but we've got to look at ourselves because it's not coming from anywhere else. Uh, yeah. Suppose that's it.